Today I am going to finish what I began on my last video. I was working in a small journal, an art journal, just recording floral shapes and enjoying the process. This is something you can do to relax and play with color and play with shapes. And you can also learn about composition. It's not just a coloring book. It looks a lot like a coloring book process, which it is, but you do learn about not momentum, but motion that can be created by the direction of lines and shapes, and the large shapes and the bright colors come forward, and so you can actually sharpen your art skills by doing simple color and shape drawings. These acrylic markers that I'm using are very handy. They blend together nicely. You just saw me pumping the marker up and down on the piece of paper. That was to release the paint. You often have to do this with the acrylic markers, and it releases more paint into the applicator tip. You may have noticed my palette, or the paper under my sketchbook, and all the colorful paints that have been actually just pressed out onto the paper. I use those papers in collage. So I don't like to waste any of the paint. It really works well for collage, and no matter what kind of paper that it is. This is a packing paper, I guess you call it packing, shipping paper, and it works well in covering these little art journals that I've made. And once we get some pretty color on there, and maybe do a little printing on top of the color, they work really well for making art journals, and I will put one of those videos on and show you how that can be relaxing and a fun way to create art. You can see as I'm putting in the darker area and leaving some white of the page, just how the light and the darks work together to create a little more depth and a little bit of the detail. So again, this is a way to relax. I did not think about where I was going to put color and which color was going to go where. I'm just experimenting to see and creating something colorful and enjoyable to create. It takes about 12 minutes of time and can be very relaxing.